want an item of better attunement so I can attune to more shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dice Roll with Vengeance. We're very sorry that we've had such awful technical difficulties tonight, but according to my wonderful computer, we're live on Twitch again. We're live on Facebook again. Thank you for your patience.
Isn't wonderful? Well,
Greatly appreciate all of you just being patient with our horrid machinery. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember where we left off because I got really frustrated with my machinery.
You're literally just in the marketplace talking about the
Tiamat appeared in the middle of the bazaar. She started killing everyone.
I murdered
we
everyone
went for
for their
drinks
gold.
and pizza.
And now we can have whatever we want.
Right. Okay,
Yesterday
you guys
said okay.
You were in like the merchant quarter of the center of Aria. V, you rolled an 11 on an investigation, and you go by several of these smaller vendors. You do, in fact,
These close.
You know, I'm surprised he didn't throw his computer.
Can you hear me?
Throw it at me.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can hear you just fine.
Cool. You see a rundown looking shop behind some of the vendors set up in the street. Looks like the windows are kind of like half boarded up. But there seems to be kind of odd curios in the window. And it kind of draws your attention. You're kind of like, I wonder what that is. You don't see anything as far as signage put up. But it does appear there's like a very old, like open for business sign set up that's kind of askew. The sign is well weathered.
Hey, Tor, do you want to go buy some tarot cards?
Flashback to 3 kobolds. Sure, I'd love a ride.
And I get the vibe that this is a makeup shop or just a trinket shop that is a thing. Because that's what I was looking for.
With an 11, just looks curious.
I think I'm good.
Matter, you don't want to go in a strange rundown building in a foreign place?
No, I think I'm good. That seems like a dumb thing to do, and we have a market to explore. Unless Torn wants to go check it out.
I'm going to metagame and say, with the night we've had, do you really think I'm setting a trap?
That'd be more of a waste of time, but I mean, I'll look. You know what? I'll go look through the window and see if I can see anything inside.
Okay. You look inside the window. It is dimly lit. You see, what would be? I'll give it to you. Just give me a perception check.
That I can do. Much better than an investigation check. Uh, 17?
17. You see dust and cobwebs, but you do see assorted curios and trinkets that are all over these shelves. And you see everything from different colored candles. You see what appears to be some alchemical components. Some you're familiar with, some things you're not. You see jars of the eyeballs of some small creature. You see some small vials could be potions. You see, and this is just you kind of perusing just from the window. Seems to be odd magical curios would be the best way to describe it.
Hey, Corrales, want to go look at some creepy shit?
What's creepy mean?
I see eyes. I see eyeballs in jars and potion components.
The spirit in the back of your head, Corrales, goes, "Hey, what's the worst that could happen?"
Yeah, I'm in.
Not gonna lie, actually, my
weird
interest
things.
is piqued. Because I was gonna wonder if V could start actually looking for things that could double as poison ingredients, and I could like supplement poisons and stuff. So I'll go look for some weird. Maybe I can make a poison roll or something and see if anything would be useful for like that purpose, like starting to mix my own poisons and stuff.
This is V with your perception and everything. This is kind of giving you the. Is this like the dark magic curio, the terror, like, is this Madame Cleo's little store? You know what I mean? Like, this definitely gives you this seems like it's a niche thing. This is.
I mean,
Even a fake psychic has to get it right once in a while. Blind squirrel and all that.
we're here to dig through the trash and see if we can find anything. So I suppose it's worth a shot. And Corrales, you probably have the eye for anything, whatever. And you're not carrying all the money anymore, so if the two of us go in there, we don't risk losing all the money. But I'm check it out. Poke my head in at least.
The door creaks as you attempt to open it. There seems to be a thick layer of dust that covers the floor.
Can I check for traps before we go in?
You can, yeah, sure.
Just for the shits.
Yeah, sure.
Just for the shiggles. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a 10 plus 6 plus 6. So that's going to be a 18.
18. You don't appear. There doesn't appear to be any traps.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna look.
A couple of you kind of stifle some coughs and sneezes from the layer of dust that kicks up simply from opening the door.
Kitten sneezes. Gonna dust his head off.
As you guys make your way in, it is pretty much as I said. You can start rolling investigation checks if you're looking for something in particular. What you see, Basilisk, a little uneasy. You see a Minotaur horn. You see a small skull from an unnamed creature. It would take a medicine check to figure out what. You do see one section with tiny vials of viscous liquid inside them. You see, like I said, you see like candles. You see an area with incense. You see one area where it seems to be bits of rolled up parchment.
Found incense.
This appears to be magical oddities, magical curios.
Huh.
Nobody seems to be attending the store at the moment. You don't see anybody.
Well, that bodes well.
Right. Well, while we're looking around at stuff, I will give. I'm going to cast enhance ability on myself and V.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll use Owl's Wisdom. So we'll have advantage on wisdom checks like medicine, insight, and perception. And then I will take a look at the Minotaur horn and see if I recognize whose it is. And then I'd like to check that little weird skull.
Ralph, can you identify what's in these vials of viscous liquid?
I need 10 minutes, but yeah.
Yeah, we can take 10 minutes.
Then I will grab them.
Party-wide perception check.
Sweet.
21.
21.
19.
5.
19. 5. Corrallus. This is a
24.
creepy shop. Yeah, no, so basically everybody except Corrallus. This is kind of a shop full of creepy oddities. You kind of find yourself brought to this jar, and you're fairly sure it's filled with fingers.
Delicious.
There's definitely a pale green viscous liquid inside the jar. These are not bone fingers. These still appear to have skin and flesh on them.
What kind of fingers?
Are they people fingers?
Humanoid?
That's weird. What would you need fingers for?
They said there was a jar of vials of like fluid. I didn't think there was fingers in them. I figured it was like miscellaneous jars of like.
No, I said that's just what brought his attention because he rolled really
I asked
low.
Krause to identify the jars of fluid.
No, this is something else because he rolled
It's
so
just
low.
creepy.
Yeah.
The rest of you, before we got into your identifying, you are brought to attention by some movement at the back of the store, and it's a slow shuffling movement, and you just hear feet scrape, kind of not scraping, but feet being shuffled across the creaky floorboards of this shop. You just you get the overall motif. This is a very old shop. It does not see a lot of through traffic. Back now in the back of the store, appearing behind the counter, you see an elderly woman in a kind of like a simple gray hood that kind of comes up, not quite enough to really cover her forehead or her face. It just barely kind of covers her head. You see elderly features, kind of like a long crooked neck. Oh gosh, nose, long crooked nose. Definitely the deep age lines in the face. Kind of like a dull, pale set of blue eyes. No telling how old this woman is. Very, very old.
Hello, ma'am. Good day.
Hello. Don't see many people come through here. How can I help you?
Looked interesting. We thought we'd take a look around.
Please look around.
Please.
I'm sure there'll be something here that you might find curious.
Plenty of things. Standing with Corrallus, just aiming him at the jars while he stares at them.
Yeah, you're really focused on that jar with fingers in it. There's at least 14 or 15 fingers in that jar.
Do they still have, like, skin on them and stuff?
Yes.
Are they preserved enough to where if you, like, took them and, like, took them out, then they would start decaying? Or, like...
Do you grab one?
No, I'm not gonna grab one, but I'm like, do they still...
They're being preserved, you assume, by that liquid in the jar.
Like a pickle jar? Do you, like, have a plastic bag and you, like, pick out the fingers you want and, like, put them in a jar and keep them?
Looks like that was the original idea.
Oh, okay. That could be useful to test poisons on. Don't look at me like that, Corrallus! Times are hard now, and V needs to be able to test for poisons, alright? We don't have the protection of a lot of things anymore. We're a tough world out here, okay?
Now. Seriously.
It's like when your favorite aunt does something weird for something crazy, and you're like...
That's creepy.
Okay.
Why is
Why is she acting exactly like
she doing that?
I'm not gonna lie, I can't test poison on myself anymore because I'm immune to poison, and unless you guys want me to test poison on you, I guess the kitten could find me mice to test poison on instead of buying fingers. But the fingers might come in handy.
I mean, if we want to find the rest of the bodies, yeah, sure.
Did you said you wanted to identify the box of vials, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Doing that for me.
You note Corrales as you kind of look at there are full crates of these small vials. Seems like each with different colored viscous liquids in them. They appear to have been sitting here for a very long time. You are getting... I'm sorry, I'm kind of jumping the gun. You did say you did detect magic, right? Or did I dream that up?
I was going to do identify.
Identify. That's very difficult because you would have to identify each and every potion one at a time. So do you just want to grab one and identify it?
Yeah, any particular one, V?
No, sort of just trying to see if it's a box of useful stuff or a box of colored water, basically. So if one of them's a potion, I bet most of them are.
Roll me a d10, Corrales.
3.
Roll me a d100, Corrales.
These tables never make life difficult for Tim.
79.
Okay, the one you're holding is a drought of flavor. It will make anything and everything taste amazing.
Including poison.
So these crates are actually full of stuff that might be useful.
Do you want to try and grab another one?
Yeah, why not?
Roll me a d10.
10.
Roll me a d100.
12.
Seems to be a small potion of acid resistance.
Oh wow, these are like actual useful little potions.
Yep. Seems to be hundreds of them. Tiny little vials. They appear to be kind of random. Just some common sense. Corrales, the first one you grabbed was a simple flavoring for food or liquid. The second one was an acid resistance potion. So you get the idea that there's many different things that could be in there.
Can you set here? I'm going to take that flavor one because that actually could be really useful.
So I get a sense it's somebody's grinding out their alchemy skill and is saving all of the little potions they made on that run.
Right.
Whether or not they actually work, that's yet to be determined.
20 gold per vial, because you never know what you're getting.
Should that make it cheaper? Oh yeah, that is cheaper. Sorry, I forgot potions are hell expensive.
Yep.
I forgot that was really cheap for a potion around here.
It is, but you don't know if you're gonna grab something that's really, really good, or it's kind of like, and this removes warts.
I mean, shit, that ain't bad.
Give that to a hag, make some money.
Well, cool. I'll at least take that potion because that's one kind of cool thing, and then I suppose I'll. Does this lady seem? This is a creepy shot, but does she seem shady in any way? Like, do I get the perception of her that she might?
No, 100% upright.
All right, sick.
Do you want to roll an insight on her?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah, go ahead.
More so wondering if she's like, running if she's like running a scam in here, which it doesn't seem like it. If the potions are legit, then it seems like she's not scamming. But like, I'm already wondering if she's shady enough to maybe see if she does have something poisonous or sells poisons. and that was a 16.
You don't detect any scam or any shadiness from her, so to speak. At least not with that. You pretty much, I mean, when you identify, it gives you the properties of what it is. So there doesn't appear to be anything. The only thing I would say is, unless you wanted to sit there in the middle of a shop and try to do tests with that potion to verify what, if there's anything wrong with it, but
yeah,
on the surface, this appears to just be a random assortment of potions or elixirs or tonics or whatever, and they seem to have different magical properties in them. And she has set a base gold mark for them, for all of them, because you don't know what you might get.
Yeah, okay, cool. I want to ask her, because I mean, I'm primarily looking for things that either could be components in poisons, or anything that could, like, be in that regard, because this is a real creepy joint, so I'm going to kind of ask her if there's anything to be really cautious of, anything that might make you sick, or could maybe lead to some kind of horrible unwanted reaction. If I'm maybe interested in that kind of thing.
You're outright asking her about what poisons, and if she
has anything like any kind of like weird flowers or any kind of weird stuff, you know what I mean? Like, it's a decent shop, obviously. I mean, it's not like I'm asking like, hey, do you sell poison? But like, do you sell anything that like might make you sick, or is like, a plant that you gotta be careful with, or any weird herbs or anything like that?
Because you will get sick.
Yeah, any funky herbs or anything.
She goes, well, anything like that. There are several concoctions in those crates that might be something that you would be looking for, but anything as far as ingredients, I don't sell. I pretty much use. Go ahead,
Do
V.
you sell, or do you have a wholesaler, or anybody that I would go to if I was looking for something like that?
V, go ahead and give me with that, go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Why not?
I need a thing.
On the die, plus... I hit the minus button and my brain did a backflip. What am I doing wrong?
Need a thing.
Okay, 24.
Sorry, I'm bringing up a thing.
No, you're fine. Oh, shoot. Persuasion? I'm sorry. I use my modifier for performance. That's actually going to be a plus 11. 29.
Okay. Here we go. You said a 29?
Yeah.
Those pale blue eyes. There's a moment where you two kind of lock eyes for a moment. There's a moment of unsettledness. Not malice, not aggression. There's a moment, though, where just making eye contact or you felt just a little disturbed.
Okay.
And then you see her demeanor soften. And usually go looking for my own ingredients. Anything that I find I use. I don't have someone that I buy from, per se. Most of my stuff is homegrown or made here.
Good to know. Alrighty, well, I think we might take more of those potions, because I'm not super in the need for stuff, and I don't have to push my luck here. When we're gonna wander across something weird eventually, I don't need to push my luck here. So, if we want to buy more potions, I'm down.
How many vials would you say are in a crate?
That's an excellent question. Because I didn't figure that.
Similar to AC of a boat, you'd say.
Sure. Okay, I'll do how I do anything else. I will say that it's a crate of 20.
How many crates are there?
Let me do some math.
I'm thinking, what's not gonna break my game?
Oh no, nothing here would break the game. At least I don't think it would.
Yeah, how could Corrales ever break the game with anything as simple as a vial?
There are roughly 27 of these crates.
Jesus. And there's a random assortment in each crate. And it doesn't... Okay. Kind of whisper to Corrales, what do you think and what do you want?
I'm mathing.
He wants to buy all the crates.
Oh, he wants to buy a whole crate. I already know that. But do we want to buy more than one?
No. Not a crate. He wants to buy all of the crates.
Well, we're not buying
He's
all
doing
the crates.
the math.
How many crates do you want, Corrales? We're not buying all of them.
That's 400 per times 27 is 400 per times 27 is 400. That's 800. That's 8,000 plus 7 times 8, which is 56. 13,700, so 13,600 gold. Because it's 20 times 20 times 27. 20 times 20 times 27. 10,8. Yeah, that's right. I did the math wrong when I added things together. 10,8. That's right.
Well, we don't need that many.
That's yeah.
We don't need that many tokens. What if there's a lot of doubles? We would hate to buy it and have all doubles.
540 potions, though?
If you want a couple, I'm down. I'll ask her to take some off if we buy more than one crate. I'm sure she will. But we don't need 27 crates of vials.
Do three crates for 500.
How you moving them around?
I was going to say. Huh?
I was going to say, if you buy all the crates, how are you moving them? And where are they going? Do you have enough room in the bag of holding with all the money that's in there?
We could dump the vials in there. What do you mean we don't?
Well, we'd be giving her a third of the money, so
that's true.
Some space.
That's true.
Wait, are we? I'm sorry. I have never worried about a bag of holding's capacity. What is it at? Is it at capacity?
It's not at capacity, but it's pretty full for a bag of holding.
How much more we got? What do we got to get rid of?
Given the math of the coinage we got, it should basically be full. Because you have other things, you have some platinum bars and some other stuff in there, right?
Alright, well, let's go spend some fucking money, I guess.
So yeah, probably if you spent all of that and bought all of those crates, that the money space that you freed up would fit in there.
Crates. Well, I mean, if they're little vials.
George, I know George. He's thinking about buying all the crates.
No, bro. All the crates.
Buying all the crates.
I get the cosign of we've got the space if we buy it, you know? No, we don't have
We've got we can buy several crates. I mean, here's the thing. If we spend the gold, I mean, the vials can't weigh more than the gold. So, I mean, it's kind of a one-for-one deal. Whatever we spend, I'm certain the, gold is heavy, right? So, if we just put the vials back in the bag, whatever we spend would probably weigh as much as the vials. So, if you want to get, 2 or 3 crates of the potions...
While you guys are going on this, just real quick, who has the highest passive perception?
Oh, here we go. That is going to be
Draco?
Draco. Nothing should make it past Draco.
Draco, what's your passive perception?
It is 22.
22. Thank you. Continue.
That's not ominous.
Never is. Yeah, I don't know. You want to just get 2, I guess?
I think that sounds good.
2 is fine.
Again, it's the cheapest way to
Alright.
cheapest way to find potions around here, so I say we give her the money and get the fuck out of here. 'Cause that's a great deal.
I think so.
But that's 8, so yeah, I would say when we get to the counter, I can call it 6 for 2 crates over the 8 for 2 crates. Try to tell her if we're buying this many, I mean, I'm sure you can take a little bit off, given how much of your stock we're moving for you. Try to
Well,
convince you.
And I did mention there's incense, there is other things. Are you just trying to buy the
Yeah.
crates right now, or are you trying to...
Oh, well, did
Right.
anybody else have any interest in the stuff, or did you want to go find incense somewhere else, Basilis?
I think Basilis needs.
I mean, I was asking about that skull and
Oh, sorry.
The skull and
looking
the
at the
horn.
minotaur home.
Yeah, I was going to say,
and,
like,
yeah.
do you want to negotiate for the crates right now, or do we want to
No,
see if
we
there's a
understand.
total to... Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Sorry. I thought people were trying to get out of here. My bad.
No, I was trying to check to see if she had any like star celestial shit or any draconic shit.
Give me an investigation roll, Draco.
What's that investigation, right? What's investigation?
Yep.
Investigation. That's gonna be a 16.
16. Yes. You do. You notice one thing. You're going to force me to bring up your notes that I have for you.
Yay!
How dare you?
Okay. Okay. That's what you have. I need... I have a good one for you. Trust me, it's good.
Don't I always trust you, bro?
Whole time, I promise.
It's worth it, I promise. Okay. All right. You notice, Draco, at first glance, it kind of looks like a child's toy or a wind chime, maybe. But what you focus on is that the pattern, because it looks. The more you look at it, you realize it's actually an apparatus with stars, and it looks like it. Is that something that would rotate above a crib? Is that something you're trying to place it, and the pattern looks very familiar to a constellation, but you can't quite place it. It's a rotating apparatus, and each marker orbiting the center appears to be different points for a constellation.
Excuse me. What's this? What is this piece?
She looks over at you. Clear representation for a star. I came across this years ago. It is, in fact, I'm gonna butcher the name. The constellation is Aquila.
Aquila?
The bird
Yep.
or the eagle.
It is a representation of an eagle.
How much for this? How much for this, ma'am?
She looks at you and looks up at the rotating apparatus. That it appears to be orbiting on its own. There's no real air moving or anything. It's just rotating. Kind of looks like you ever seen those little science projects where you can like flick it and then it's basically the solar system orbiting around the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, except it's stars. And they're in a specific order to the Aquila constellation.
Oh,
Looking at you and then looking over at the apparatus, she just kind of about 50 gold.
Can I insight that? Is
Insight her haggling?
yeah.
I think he wants to see if she's scamming him, maybe.
Like, yeah, why is this? This feels like it should be. Is she like trying to get this away for a specific reason, or like?
Okay, roll insight. Yeah, all right.
It does feel a little cheap, I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna complain either.
Insight. Oh, that's what I say.
Things
That's
being so
24.
expensive that I'm like, that doesn't
24.
seem right.
No, 28.
28.
Yeah.
You know that also Aquila is regarded as the messenger for Zeus. It is also a detail. Usually it is used not only as a messenger but retriever of Zeus's thunderbolts.
Ooh.
As far as the mythos of that entity. As to what it's made of, it doesn't appear to be made. I mean, it's metal. You don't know that it's not celestial bronze or gold or
Right.
platinum or anything. Just appears to be brass. As far as specifically her, you're picking up somebody who has a cheap little trinket who she's probably trying to get more than it's worth off of.
That's
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Dragon's like, 50 gold is fine. Sure. I'll be more than happy to take this off your hands.
Hey, 50 gold, it's a deal.
When you do that, it just makes it weird. Like, I don't know if that's how you speak, but you just have this aura around you that it's not as forthcoming as it seems.
As you say that, Chris, you note as you are the only one who notices this. In that moment, you lock eyes with her. And it's a very uneasiness that comes over you. And you note out the corner of your eye, there's very few light sources in this room. And this particular candle off to the side casts shadows on the wall behind her. The light is kind of hitting her and casting shadows behind her. For a moment, you swear that her shadow is about 3 to 4 times larger than it should be for a woman of her frame. And you double take back, and it's normal again.
Huh. How close is Corrales to me? Like in conjunction?
How close are you to Draco, Corrales?
Is he close enough for me to whisper?
Sure.
Yeah, you do things with shadows. Hers was a little too big for her. It's weird, right?
Too big?
Yeah.
What? That's new? I don't know how to do that one.
Can you can you detect magic? See if she's magical, I guess.
I'll use detect magic and
V was right by Corrales, so she'll sort of whisper as Draco asks that, well, there's no need to be rude. We have a boy who does things with shadows. And she's gonna be like, have that smile on her face where she's not giving anything away, whispering to Draco, and it's like, there's no need to be rude. We're in her shop, and it's not as though there's anything immediately wrong with strange shadows. Maybe it's not something we want to poke at. If there's, maybe just keep an eye on it and tell us, like, just
George,
focus.
did you cast?
I will use detect magic, yes. I don't cast, I can use that.
Right. As your, yeah.
I want to be subtle about it, yeah. I don't want to be casting spells, you know.
Tell me here.
I'm going, yes. Okay. I am going to ask you to, well, I think no. One moment. I want to look at something again.
Yeah, be right back.
Oh, you're fine.
You go to clean up the church. It's like a dirty towel or something there. So stop it.
Yeah, sure. You do catch a faint magical aura. One from the crates of vials. So you definitely do catch a magical aura off of those. You do get assorted little blips across the entire shop, which just indicates that there are some magical items kind of willy-nilly throughout the shop. From the old woman, you're catching an illusionary magic emanating from the old lady.
Okay.
Seen stranger things. Maybe just keep being polite shoppers and keep an eye on it.
Basilisk, I believe you were looking at the Minotaur horn and a skull?
Couldn't hear you.
Yeah, that's my understanding, yes.
There we go. Cool. Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
No, you could. You couldn't. Nobody could. Technical difficulties.
Yeah, that's the calling card for tonight.
That sure is on theme.
Yeah. Okay, for the skull, I'll say we're gonna make a medicine check.
Okay. Yeah, 13.
I'm sorry, what was it, Joe?
13.
13. The skull itself is a little smaller than it would be. Definitely, it certainly would be for your kind. And just from looking at it, certainly smaller than most humanoid skulls. Doesn't appear to be reptilian shaped either, or draconic. So that kind of throws lizard folk and draconian out. The head is too small. Almost maybe ape-like, maybe not ape-like, smaller.
So what's the physicality of it? Is it like a humanoid skull, like a monkey skull, a bird skull?
I would say the
Does it have teeth and
equivalent.
orbitals?
It does have teeth. There are. I'm just going to send you a picture. And that would be easier than me looking at it and describing it to you.
I get the distinct impression that it's not going to make it easier or better.
Great.
Probably just more concerning.
Going to the Dice Hard chat now. I can best describe it as maybe chimp-like, monkey-like, perhaps, with that roll.
I'm probably just going to assume it's maybe an imp skull or some other small, vaguely humanoid-esque thing. It's definitely interesting.
The old woman notices you looking at it and just says, "Oh, that was an unfortunate day."
I love her.
Not every day can be a festival, I suppose. Did something unfortunate occur, or merely bad luck?
Wouldn't keep his hands to himself.
I really like her.
Well, then I suppose he got what he deserved. Did this horn belong to anybody important?
The horn? And she kind of, you do note that was not a condescension. That was actually I own a horn. And she kind of looks over. Oh, yeah. Oh, I traded for that years ago. They claimed it had magical properties. I think I might have been taken for a ride. Not every deal goes as swimmingly as you would like it to.
This looks like a regular Minotaur horn, you said?
Appears to be. You do note that the horn itself is... There's slight decoration added to it. Maybe about 3 or 4 inches from the point of the horn, there's a brass or golden ring added to it.
Is the tip open, or is it still sealed?
The tip of the horn?
Yes, so the point where the point is...
It still has a fine point to it.
Okay.
But there appears to be a golden ring, brass ring, added to the end. You also note that it appears that the horn itself is hollow, or has been hollowed out.
Macabre. Well, I have no Hmm. It's an interesting conundrum because I don't know if there'd be any reason why Basilisk would want it, except maybe to like lay it to rest, but without having any context of who it could have been. How much?
Give me 1 second while I calculate how much. 1 moment. Ow, shoot. No, go back. What would that be? Rare. Okay. Doing math. Apologies. Rare. Magic item cost. That I put at 3,000 gold.
Jesus.
Hmm.
I mean, Basil, if it's a personal conundrum for you, it would be gauche to leave it. I guess it's not.
I have a job to do, so I don't know if it would be helpful, especially if it may not even be magical. And I'll look over at Corrallos.
Can be difficult to tell.
Right before I'm going to detect magic on that, I'm writing She's Illusion in the dust right in front of me so V and Draco can see it.
Give me a sleight of hand
And
check.
that, it's fine.
Have you been practicing with your tarot deck?
17.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can continue.
And now I'll detect magic on the horn.
I'll swipe my skirt over the dust. Yeah, I'll swipe my skirt over the dust and just kind of give you the tiniest nod. I'll go over and smell the incense with the kitten. Or look at it, see if it looks decent or if it looks like, gas station incense.
That I'll make quick. That legitimate incense will do exactly what you want it to.
No.
Organic.
Okay. Corrallos, it is magical. There is, I believe this would be evocation. Yes, evocation. If my DM head is working correctly.
I mean, Basilisk, what else are we going to spend our money on? And if it would be gauche to leave it here, then if it would please you, we can consider it.
Do you want to try to identify it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Oh, shoot.
I only have a bit. Yep, that's what I. Oh man! See, that's why I asked if there was a hole in the tip.
Mm-hmm.
Very. It's almost like it might be modified, or even more concerning. That's okay.
May I add, Basilisk, that that's definitely well, that would be more of problem. So that would be more intelligence based. Give me an intelligence check.
Sure. My best stat. I just showed
I
intel.
love you.
That'll be
My favorite.
oh my god. Why can't I just there it is.
I'd like to give him the health
It's a
factor.
14.
That's also being dumb.
14.
That's a 14.
It appears that the horn itself, when you pick it up, Basilisk,
Mm-hmm.
the horn changes size in your hand. You're fairly sure that it might work as a sleeve on your horns?
That's-
Look at that.
Intrigue.
That's concerning.
Would you like to wear a horn on your horn?
Why the hell not? I mean, we're already in a place of interest, so let's go for broke.
It would
I'll,
appear that it would be something that you would have to attune to.
Are you ready
what's
to chat?
internally.
Joe, do
Okay,
you understand what this does?
I'm worried that I do, and that is, I'm very worried that I do understand exactly what this does, and that
Okay.
is.
I've been thinking it. Let's get out of the creepy lady shop.
So I'm thinking, all right, cool. I will. Is there any? Are there any crystal balls or bowls or I'm just looking for one that's very nice. That's roughly 1,000 gold worth in a normal shop. One that I would be.
About 2,000, 3,000 gold worth in this shop.
That's not hard to find because you literally see the pondering orb section. There are many shapes and sizes.
Please do not ponder the orbs.
Please do not ponder the orbs.
You ponder, you buy it.
You ponder, you buy it.
Morales sweats internally, tries to look like he's not pondering.
He's just right off screen, just pondering my orbs. Are there any that are
aiming Corellos at things, trying to nonchalantly look like we're shopping while we aim Corellos at things?
You find
the child at the object?
Yeah, this is not hard, Joe, because this is right in that's right in the alley of what this woman sells. Like that's it. Pick the level of as far as size, elegance. If you want one that's on a bejeweled pedestal, if you want one that's got a layer of dust sitting on it, anything you want in the pondering orb is there.
Well, I'll just trust the shopkeeper. Are there any of these highly ponderable orbs that you would personally recommend as being useful or worthwhile?
One that's useful. They all could be useful, but if you're asking for my personal opinion, sure. Joe, roll me a d4.
God. Luck. I don't want luck. I just want outcome.
Yes, but I like. Yes, but I like luck.
The 2.
The 2? Okay. die has been cast.
Girls, you have a deck of tarot cards
This
last,
one-
right?
This one is about 6 inches in diameter, and it's not ornate, but it's beautiful in its own way. Has a kind of like an not iron. I'm looking for it's like a darkened steel. Good lord. It's been one of those nights. It's like a darkened steel pedestal that each of the footrests kind of it curls up into kind of like a paw. As far as the decoration of the pedestal itself, almost like each leg kind of curls down and kind of forms a paw, maybe like a lion's paw or a sphinx paw. It's kind of
Ominous. Yeah, that'll work. I just I need one for scrying, just in case I need to scry on things.
V was literally going to ask you. Things got tense in the shop, but V was going to ask you that you had once offered, while you're in the orbs pondering, she'd be like, you once offered the ability to find someone. Is there anything in here that you would need in order to do that? If I wanted to avail you of that service you offered?
Just hold up the orb upside down.
Upside
Orb.
down?
Orb.
this one is 1,000 gold because it is Joe. It is a typical crystal ball.
Works for me.
Crystal
It doesn't
ball
have any
gold.
screaming deers in it or anything, so I'm happy.
No,
Can't go wrong with the classics, right? Am I right?
just
You're
the
right.
souls of your former players.
I think that was
Well,
everything
that's
on
what they
the
get for
list.
being former players.
Face value. What? Torin, did you have anything you wanted to look up? In here?
In particularly, no.
Thorin, nothing?
Sure you don't want divine sense and then just start throwing up
You
her
wanna
own
just,
shoes?
Like looking up and down the shelves, seeing if anything sticks out, but I wasn't looking for anything specific. No.
Give me an investigation roll, Thorin.
Sure, I'd love to roll investigation. I mean, granted, torn shit at it, but I'll give it a shot. That's not bad, actually. I think that's a 15.
15.
That's 15.
That ain't bad. What do they sell incense by? The bushel, the pound, the ounce,
The tone.
the cone,
The kilo.
the kilo? How do you buy? How
Yeah.
do we buy an incense
You
around
buy
here?
a
How do we buy
brick.
an incense
You
around
get a
here?
brick, okay?
You get a brick of incense?
A
How
brick
many
of
spells do you
Brennian
get?
flake?
How many spells?
How much is a brick of Brennian flake incense uncut?
How many
You see a
uncut
couple
incense
things,
stat?
Torin. You see a tattered teddy bear. You see a small, it's like it's very beautiful. It's like a silver amulet with an onyx stone in the center. You see the tattered teddy bear. It's got like a couple sewn on patches. Let's see. See a couple chess pieces. Couple things in there. There's a couple things in there that are interesting. The shelf you're looking at is many items. There's, if you want, we can go to the ye old D100 and you can tell me what you get.
Yeah. 65.
65?
Yes.
This is the face of someone who doesn't want to kill you.
I appreciate, not dying again.
Sometimes these tables of stuff are really fun when you look at them, and then when you realize, oh wow, yeah, no,
That would be a problem.
that's not good. I got you.
It's going horribly awry.
Things gone wrong.
You are drawn to a silver circlet. It is the silver's engraved, however, with what appears to be artistically done, like bones
Okay.
in the design in the circlet itself.
Having found that, I'll ask for Corrales to come over, take a look at it, ask him to do his little magic, his little party trick.
I will go over and do my thing.
This is a crown of the skeleton.
Now you can match Hector.
While wearing
Oh my God. I
While
love that
we're-
actually.
While wearing the circlet, you can summon 1d4 skeletons from the earth for a single day. The circlet recharges after 24 hours.
We all know how useful skeletons are.
Huh. Interesting.
Off stream, I'll tell you what 65 would have given you.
Yeah, I want to know, please.
I have no problem metagaming and telling you I was not going to give that to you because it would not have been nice.
That's fair. I appreciate that.
Why do you look? Stop trying to
Oh,
figure it out.
Joe wants to know what it is now. Don't worry, I'll tell you.
Don't worry, Joe. I will tell
Do this to
you
yourself,
immediately.
Joe.
Roll a d100. I got a 65. No, roll again.
Mhm. No. No, you didn't.
He'll
Try
tell
again.
me. He'll tell me not to tell anyone else in the group, and I'll immediately text Joe and be like, "So it was this."
Have you ever heard of this? Who told you about this? Why? Answer the question.
We answered the questions.
Well, are you interested in the creepy circlet, Cam?
Only slightly. Only slightly.
We just miss having skeletons around, so we just summon some for old time's sake.
Like, Metagast.
Give him a sword. It's not the same.
You could be Bosco the Bone Boss. It'll be great for you.
Give him some armor, a sword. Just not the same.
Okay, one of you needs to learn how to play a lute. One of you needs to learn how to use a sword, and one of you needs to unlearn how to use a sword.
Lauren, you miss Hector.
We're gonna face an undead army. Let's get more skeletons.
I mean, there are skeletons. Actually, that could be good for sneaking into places if we have some. Do they listen to us when we summon them?
That's an excellent
Like, are they
question.
our skeletons to like command and
Just
have?
says summon 1d4 skeletons from the earth for a single day. The circlet recharges after 24 hours. So I think they just
that they're beholden to us.
you just
anyway?
summon them.
Well, never
Just
mind.
wake
That-
up.
That could have been really smart. That could have been really cool for like sneaking into undead places later. But I mean, apparently it's just summon skeletons, which nah. If it was like
Then again,
summon
I feel like
skeletons that listen to you-
common sense D&D. If you summoned it, it's gonna listen to you.
Yeah, but I'm not willing to spend 20,000 gold or whatever the fuck it costs at the
Torin
risk in it.
summons 4 of them, smashes one to pieces. All right, the rest of you 3 are gonna listen, right?
I cast command.
That's one. Might. Would we learn?
This is the money Max just gave us.
Oh my god.
Doesn't matter where you go, my blade will find you. Damn. This is the money Miska gave us. Alright, I'm done.
Yeah, he'll.
Well,
Creepy skeleton circlet.
Torin will ask about the circlet, and he'll ask how much.
Doesn't say. I would put. I'd start it at 1,000.
1,000?
That ain't bad.
Not bad. It's not bad.
I mean, it's pretty, right? It's not the dumbest thing to have around.
It's made of silver.
So what happens when you give our party money? We're so good without money most of the time, and then we get money and we're like, what, $80,000 worth of potions? Sure. It's horrible because V is terrible with money. So you all being bad with money doesn't help. V's like, listen, I'll have a hotel room anywhere I want for the night. You all are on your own if you don't have any money. I'll have a place to crash somewhere.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to use that table again, Joe. That was some stuff on that one.
Now I'm intrigued.
I have no idea what that's like.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's see.
So we've got.
We're looking at about $48.50 flat for everything. So if we're ready to check out, I can try to talk her down. Because I'm sure she can at least knock some off the potions. I mean, we're moving so much of the stock for her that, you can knock a couple hundred gold off the potions. Maybe let's call it 4,600 for everything.
Just to prove that we're playing a game, why don't you go ahead and roll the persuasion check?
Just to prove that, we got to roll for these kinds of things. 21.
That's what I figured.
Expertise, baby!
Where'd she go?
V phrases it as the potion. We're moving so much of your potion stock, you can knock a little off the bat, considering everything else.
Kind of looks at you. Her countenance kind of hardens. 5,000.
Is that her offer for everything?
You just wait, unless I did the math wrong. You just tried to go to 4,600?
Yeah, from 48.50. Because it was 50 for the trinket.
Oh, what was it? 48.50?
Yeah, because it was 800 for the potions, 50 for the trinket, 3,000 for the.
Okay, sorry. Then that's on me. That's just my brain
I use
tonight.
the calculator. I don't do math. I'm cheating.
Okay.
Yeah. I was saying
no,
40.
Then no, she still went up though. 4,700. She goes up to 4,700. That's just my brain.
Guys, do you want me to push harder? I'll kind of look at the glance at the group and be like, that's almost 200 off. Do you guys want me to try to go lower, or are we good with that?
No, I think that's fine because we're already getting the grab bag of potions for effectively pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
No, it's a good deal either way. I would say 4,700 is
We
pretty
have a nice
decent for us.
new hat for Torin.
The circlet of bones. Yeah,
And I have a nice new hat for the next person that tries to get in my goddamn way.
I'll give her a big smile. I'll give her a big
I
smile.
cannot wait for you to attune to that.
I'm gonna give her a big smile and sort of like a pet Charybdis and like maybe like get him under the belly so he does a cute little like gnash and yaw thing and be like, we're good with that actually. We can't thank you enough for your hospitality.
Deep in my soul, I'm thinking old ladies like cats. Maybe she would like to pet the cat. But
Yeah,
every part of me that's rational goes, that's a terrible idea. That's just bad. That's just the wrong idea.
Part of me is like, oh, you're a creepy old lady. We're a little creepy ourselves. Just trying to like endear ourselves. Be like, can't thank you enough.
My cat has tentacles. And
My
sticks
cat
to
has
things.
tentacles. I can't thank you enough. My cat has tentacles. And 6 legs. He's so cute. I love my cat.
Moo.
You do see as her eyes do flicker at seeing the cat.
If you want to insight her, does she seem interested in a creepy way, and like I'm gonna take that cat way, or is it like a cat kind of way?
No, not difficult to read. You saw a flare of interest. That is all.
I'll sort of put him in the crook of my arm and just like flip him over and be like, he was born a few days ago.
Oh, he is so precious.
Yes, and he is. Say hi, Charybdis.
For the first time, V, you notice that this woman's hands appear to be elongated.
Okay. We had tea with Medea. So far, I do not want to sound cocky. She's really not that scary so far. I'll be like, do you want to pet his head? Charybdis, can she pet you?
You see his one little finger kind of scritches towards him, and you note, and it's kind of like, I didn't quite notice that before. And you see the nail kind of reach out, and it's about a good 3 or 4 inches long, and it just lightly scritches the top of his head.
If any of his tentacles go whipping, I'm gonna catch him.
And then you see her hands kind of go back, and it almost as if returning to normal.
Okie dokie. So she's definitely illusionary of some kind. Well, it was a pleasure doing business.
Bastos will carry his stuff out on the way out the door, just, mother and grandmother keep you. Thank you for your hospitality and your grace. And bow.
Thank you for your patronage.
I like that shot.
Just step outside.
The door closes itself behind you.
The shop disappears. It gets sucked into a void.
So who else was convinced somebody was going to die and or lose a limb and or a soul? Okay. I liked her. She was cool.
Kraus is like, not really, but I can see it happening.
Not my
Sure,
soul.
don't want to make a deal with her. She seems nice.
You want to make a deal with her? Patron of the curio shop. You get +4 to haggling. You get a fucking...
Like, there's not a lot of bonuses left to get from Warlock patrons. Like, you get distort value and like one more invocation because there's no more space. Like, that's
you get a bonus to haggling. You get a +5 to haggling. You get a bonus on persuasion checks, and you get fucking like a spell that lets you appraise shit.
I mean, that's it. Like, there's everything else is already taken care of from the other patrons.
That's the whole pack. That's everything you get.
Identify price. Detect.
Identify. You get identify, +5 to persuasion, haggling bonus, and that's it. Well, that was fun. Shit, we didn't buy incense.
No, we did. I thought we grabbed a.
I never asked for the price to factor it in.
I asked for like 1,000 gold. I could have sworn. If not, I'll go back in and get incense.
Oh yeah, we can tack on to 1,000 gold incense if you want.
1,000 gold of incense.
I'll just get. Sorry, apologies.
He opens the door, like,
I forgot something.
Does that like quick skitter? Like when you forget your keys in the place and you're like, "Oop, forgot my phone almost." Thanks.
Yeah, get 1,000 gold and incense.
Basilisk, you're fairly sure now in the back of your mind the entire like hag, definitely a hag.
Sure.
That's got to be that's a hag. That's
if she wanted to be a problem, she would have identified as one already.
Listen,
I'm fine.
I was given a cat by Medea. You know, I'm not too. Hags don't freak me out. You know, hags are let's not gonna lie, kind of goals, right? Like, I'm a fancy
old
bitch,
woman living on her own, cottagecore aesthetic, almost infinite power to curse people beyond the mortal ken, far beyond the reaches of even their greatest weapons. I mean, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, friends. I've owned this cat for less than a day, and I would fucking kill for it. So, yeah, little place all to myself, nothing but cats. I can honestly see this working out. Not gonna do it, but it'd be nice.
He doesn't have attachment issues. Who are you? What are you talking about? Shut up. You don't know her.
Well, there's, goals in life are important.
It's the most wholesome response you could have.
What else are we buying? So we can always get more incense though. The way we go through fucking incense, we should find more.
I'm sorry, all my spells require incense.
God,
I'm just a smoky boy.
You needy bitch. By the way, I need to go buy $500 worth of makeup.
Yeah, sorry, no makeup in that one. But you kind of rolled low, so I was kind of like, all right, I've got something for you.
Absolutely not. We need to find, what's next? We need to find an armorer?
Yeah, Torin needs an armor smith, correct?
Draco, did you need more spell components? And then Basilisk, always more incense, but any other spell components? Diamonds, yes.
We need diamonds and diamond dust.
Diamonds, more incense. An armor, makeup, more incense.
We kind of had our fun with the RP and the random stuff, so now just to let's start knocking out the party needs here. Draco, what are you looking for in the way of like diamonds and components and stuff?
Greater restoration is 100 is 100 shot.
That's it?
Yeah.
Revivify.
Revivify is 300.
That's the important one.
I'm not trying to break the game or anything, but let's buy as many diamonds as we can.
3,000 gold in diamonds and diamond dust.
Fucking 5,000 if we can find it. Shit.
I mean, yeah, no, that's. I was thinking that's overkill, but I don't know. Next time we're gonna find the diamond. We're gonna find a De Beers retail outlet. So like,
luckily for you, this is an extremely wealthy city. It does not take you too long to find a jeweler, and the diamond dust. I'll say that you can find total around 3,000 worth.
Okay.
And as far as the diamonds, you can have your pick, as many as you can afford or what you need.
What do you guys want to do?
Is there 300 a pop? Yeah. So resurrection. Do you have a resurrection spell above? Do you have raise dead? Because I don't believe I'm a high enough level for it.
Whatever you got, man, go for fucking broke, because I don't know.
No, yeah, raise dead. So those have to be 500. So if we could get 2 worth 500 and the rest 300, because this would be handy if like somebody takes your head, then I can bring you back.
I like to think we're having this conversation in front of the diamond vendor.
3 diamonds worth 500 or more?
Yes.
Were you planning on making zombies?
Corrallos.
No, just a little quarter.
Okay, well then I'd say we have 3 of those, and then yeah, stock up on the rest for Revivify and restoration and stuff, and I think we are golden. Beyond that, if somebody has a bargain basement belt of giant strength or something similar, I'm interested. Other than that, I'm good. That's how far as I'm.
If there's anything that adds an attunement slot. I mean, shit. What are those?
Yep, dungeons.
Dungeons, yes. So let's see, how many diamonds are we? How much in diamonds are we buying? Because I'll keep track of everything we spend, and I'll let Corrallos know.
3,000. So I'd say, 3,000 dust. I would say Let's do 1,500 in solid diamonds for Revivify, because that gives us 5. And then the 1,000 for Reincarnation, the 1,000 in rare oils and unguents for Hedonism Bot, and then that puts us at 3,000, 4,500, 5,500.
3,000, 5,500, you said?
Yep.
And then... Okay, so that's everything. That's the diamonds, that's the unguents. If those are findable, of course. Okie dokie. I think we're having that conversation in front of the dealers, by the way. But what if your head gets taken off? Well, if your head gets taken off, then we're going to need to get these. Okay, so this is good for just like if we genetically die and lose a lip. What if we like live right? And then, but the diamond vendor is just like, what a macabre conversation to be. Are you heard of a hiding engaged ring? No. What if your head gets taken off? What diamond do we need for that? What? Right. We need a whole ass move if one of us gets incinerated.
Hey, it's worth having on hand.
3 plus 3, 550. Okay, cool. So we're at about 8,250 so far that we've spent all together.
Okay.
We are stocked. That sounds good. Torrent armor.
Yes.
All right. What were we trying to do, Cam?
I'm trying to sell the full plate that has the fire resistance.
Okay.
And that's all I need as far as armor wise, because I still have just regular full plate on me.
Armor resistance. It's fire and plate. Excuse me. Sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you. So basically, rare magic armor. Pricing for magical armor is never like straightforward.
Right.
I promise you, it is not. I've gone through it enough times. I have a cheat sheet if you want it.
I'll take it.
Got it.
Because I know for fire resistance, it's technically rare plate, basically. Plate armor. Rare items. Base cost would be 1,500, but that's not counting the enchantment.
All right, let me see if I can.
What was? Because like 500 gold would be like a +1. Plate.
Okay. So I have a couple. Here's one.
Plate with straight plates, 1,500.
Jesus.
I'll put it in the general chat. And then, so there's a drive link in the general chat. And then, if you want a
Sorry, where did you drop it at?
the general chat in the Discord, sorry. And then if you want the original conversation, which is searchable, I'll drop that link in there for you there. So
In there.
the giant tips, so just general up top, the text channels.
The text channel. That's what it is.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. The magic item. Yeah.
The first one is the like the really ornate cool one. The second one is a searchable OG conversation, which has all that information. It's not compiled. It's just listed.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Believe me, I understand. When I tried to figure out the price for a couple of things and went, the books do nothing. They in fact only make it worse.
Yeah. They in fact do not help at all.
I feel lied to. I feel bamboozled.
Mariner's armor.
This
Wait,
wool.
where's the search?
Yeah, if you're on the second one, just Control F and type in armor, and it'll bring you to the first part of the conversation regarding armor, and that gives you the prices of the armor on top of whatever the base price is.
Armor resistance. Oh, go back. Or armor of resistance. You're looking at rare. Thank you. 6,000 gold.
Damn. Alrighty, I'll take it.
And this is why V isn't even going to try to fucking lie to the guy and upsell it. I mean, that's such a fair price for it. This was owned by the mighty Fire King.
This is owned by the Banana King, Charlie.
You should give us more money, more, and have it be extra, please.
He killed Neopterodon. Okay.
He killed the magical Neopterodons, Charlie.
Okay, 6,000 gold for the fire-resistant plate.
Hot damn.
Alrighty.
And what was the second half of all that?
The other thing I wanted to do is I want to take the Sword of Burning Smite, which we found in the Pirate Record.
And yeah.
And I'd like to transfer the attunement over to Clawbasher.
Okay, so...
Get ready to spend all that money we just made on the armor. And that sounds perfect. We're so good with money.
And what was the enchantment? Was that the gold? What did I give you, Kim? Sorry.
Sword of Burning Smite.
Sword of Burning Smite, you got it. Yeah. Sorry, the gold enchantment was something else. That was another idea for another thing.
My dumbass, I was like, you don't want that? I'm like, oh, that's all we're doing.
No, it's basically I had an idea for anytime you killed something, you got like, you know, Mario or Scott Pilgrim coins from killing it. That was the idea, but I wasn't sure if I gave that to you or not.
No, but I would love it. I would.
All right.
I thought he was for a second. I thought he was selling it, and I was like, why?
I want to put it from a
branding smite.
Yes.
You want to pull a magic wire, but not busted.
Basically.
All right. Is everybody else good on items?
Magic? I mean, unless
I have a really greedy ask that I want. Everything else that I got earlier was to do things for the party. I have a personal just for me treat that I want, but I'm not asking for it unless I know we have A, the money to burn, and B, an opportunity to get it. You know what I
Well,
mean?
that's the thing. I have the exact same ask for Tim, so
Exactly.
like,
Okay. Cool. You go first.
let's get the official stuff out of the way, and then we can get the greedy
Yes.
shit out of the way. This stuff we find out if it's a hard no or a maybe or in the future. You know?
Yeah, that's 1,000,000%. You know
Basically-
me. I'm.
Yeah, Cam, basically,
Yes.
yeah, that would probably count as a rare item to do that. That'd be about 5,000 gold to move that to the Claw Basher.
Okay.
Dude, you just made that
Yeah.
basically with what you
Still
sold,
made
so
1,000.
that's perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Let me add the smite. And then I'll get the stats for it off you after we're offline. Cause we never settled that detail. But I have it marked and I have the gold mark, so we're good. That's all I had.
Ralos,
Cool.
need some overalls or some art supplies or anything, bud?
Another patron? He's always in the market.
Hey, where the
No,
geese go?
I really can't think of anything. Like, I've been sitting here thinking the whole time. I can't think of anything that I need.
Honestly, that's one of the reasons why Warlock is one of my favorite classes. I don't need spell components. I have a rock. What do you? I'm good. All of my spells rock.
I have a
What do you want?
that talks to me.
Say the other day, Joe was playing Armored Core, and I was looking at the graphics, and I was like, "This is amazing." Someone took a rock and smashed it with a shinier rock, and then poked it until it made this. That's fucking crazy, and that's not inaccurate. That's not the whole story, but that's not wrong.
I hate that you put it that way because you're technically correct.
Someone took a rock, mixed it with a shinier rock, and then they
What is it? What is a computer? What's a motherboard? It's just a bunch of rocks mushed together and drawn on with other rocks, and then we pass magical lightning through it to do magic.
and then you can see cats and porn. It's fucking crazy. Technology.
Technology.
It's one of my favorite Rick lines where she's like, "Oh, every engineer I showed to is like engineer princess." I'm sure every caveman that sees a fucking microwave calls it a rock cabinet.
Okay.
That's all the stuff we
Yeah.
need.
What-
and then we
what
have
else
some
do we
greedy
got?
asks. I was wondering in this crazy marketplace if there was anything that would be like a ring of attunement that would allow for another attunement slot. If there's anything like that, rare,
Roll me
In
an
this marketplace.
investigation roll.
yeah, I'm not gonna find that, but who knows? Maybe I'll crit. Yeah, no, that's a 9.
Nope.
Okay. Well, then
Basilisk?
I'm going to be a greedy moo cow. Are there any belts of hill giant strength? Just the base model? Because they go up pretty high. I don't even need all of that. I just need the base model. And if they had like a belt of half giant strength that brought my ass to an 18, I'd take that too. But
Some giant strength.
Belt of Hill Giant Strength. Okay. Yeah, roll me investigation.
again, all right, come on, Basilisk.
I'm not-
You
I'm not
need
gonna-
this, my dude.
It is
You
the
need
lowest
this.
one, so I'm not making it that high.
I also am the lowest anyway.
Any DC is too high on an investigation check.
Investigation, that is a 19 plus 1 is 20!
Yeah, you find one.
Going to loom with the sunlight glinting off of my silver armor. How much is this belt?
Victory!
You see, it's kind of like a middle-aged gnome. Kind of,
Oh.
you see is he just wants to haggle. I mean, you're fairly intimidating to this poor little creature, but it is not. It's kind of like that whole thing of like you're not, like Watto from Star Wars. You're like, no, mind tricks don't work on me, only money. Like that kind of feel.
I'll do the tall guy squat down to him.
Yeah. He just looks at you and goes,
4,500 gold.
He's gonna sidle up to Basilisk and see if this goes wrong.
You see him like brow kind of furrowed, kind of squinting. You're not sure if it's eyesight or if he's trying to stand his ground.
I'm going to... I know I got something right. Here, where'd it go? Where's my inventory? There's my inventory. Hello, inventory. I missed you. I don't really have anything to barter with. I don't think I picked up anything super interesting.
No, but you did say it's a base model, right? So
yeah,
4,000 for the base model? I don't think so.
I will. I'll sit here and I'll like kind of loom down and I'll turn up to V. This nice young gnome is asking 4,500 gold for this base model hill or giant's belt.
That is tempting. It's quite a nice piece, but I have a feeling we can find something nicer. But we don't want to go too far, so maybe 3,200 would be a little bit more realistic.
Oh, don't be mean to the little guy. I apologize. I don't fit in a lot of doors. Everything seems small to me sometimes. I did not mean that as an insult. That's a little... We don't want to undercut him. He's got to make a profit.
You're
about 38?
35, I think. But 38 might work.
Persuasion check. Let me get out of character. Persuasion.
Yo, make me a persuasion check. That's a very nice
gnome is making you make a persuasion check. Yeah, no.
Yeah, holds out 2d20s.
I was like, wait, because sometimes I do that, and I need to get out of the character before asking you to do something.
Or commit. Or just he holds out 2d20s. Roll these. Yes.
Whoever rolls better gets to choose the price.
Rollies for this item.
You said persuasion?
That's a 19 on the die for a 30.
That is a 16 on the die for a 16.
For 3,500.
He looks at you.
I think that's
3,700. 3,700. He kind of split between the two of you.
3,700.
Was that between the two? You said 37, right?
You said 38, you said 35, so I just picked one in between.
Did you say 38 or 37?
He said
37.
Sorry, I realized there's two keys. I meant just.
I said 38.
You said 35. Okay. He's splitting you by going 37.
That wasn't math, and I was like, that's not the middle. But then again, I am bad at math.
You know about math. Don't you do this. Not today. Not after the day we've had.
I just admitted that. Yeah, if that works for you, I could try to go down further, but if you want it that badly, then yeah, 3,700 could work.
Ralos, could I ask a favor?
Can I have 3,700 gold?
Could I borrow 3,700 gold to buy a belt?
You just hear
Torn.
Is it
it's in the bag.
Belt? Do you put it on your shoulder and like hold it up?
If I put it on, I can show you something incredibly cool.
Bet. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Hey, you want to see a trick? I know you're playing me, but yes.
But yes.
All right. I'll pay the nice man the money, and then I will put on the belt. And you will watch as because I'm rather slim minotaur. But you watch as like I stand up straight, like pop my neck, and like the shoulders and the arms like fill out more and more and more, and then like I get a little bit of the wings. The traps that get like the traps start to come up. Yep. They're not bugs, but they're certainly not bugs. I've got sedan sparks on either side of my neck, son. And I just kind of stand up straight, and then I kind of walk around, and instead of like the slow plodding clomp that I've had this entire time, it is a very quiet and very forceful stride, as I now have a movement speed of 40 instead of 25.
That's a handsome cow.
And I will form a what would be an appropriate weapon for these guys? What would be an appropriate weapon? Yeah, I think I'll make a glaive. So I'll just make a glaive with like a crescent moon blade, and the spike at the back will actually be it'll be a crescent moon blade, a solid like thin silver haft, and then the spike on the back will be just a very simple, straight sort of spike, and then the spearhead on it will, like the actual spearhead itself, will have a relief of a displacer beast inlaid into it.
Aww. V just kind of goes, oh.
Nice.
And then, I am now finally strong enough to be an actual Minotaur, and I feel good about my life.
I'm gonna push my luck and ask the fucking gnome if he knows of anything, if he knows of any items he has or he could point me to that could give me the ability to use more magic items.
No, but I have this chainmail shirt. And he kind of brings...
That clashes.
I don't think that's the only reason.
Wanna hold up the cat? Any armor for him?
He kind of looks at... I could make something. You want barding for the cat?
Could you?
Yeah.
Could you make a little tiny cat breastplate? Like a necklace, but it's a breastplate? Can you make him little cuffs for his wrists and a little breastplate made out of gold with a little ruby on it, maybe? For the cat?
You gave me some time. I believe I could make something for the cat.
We can come back, right? We're gonna be here for a little while, right?
You see as he pulls out one of those tape measures that tailors use, but he's starting to like...
I put the displacer kitten on the table, and I'm gonna like poke his little back so he puffs out his chest and sits up, and he can measure his little wrists for little cuffs.
Yeah,
and
he's measuring the little wrists. He's measuring it from head to tail, and then without the tail, and then yeah. Just you see him like scribbling notes down on a piece of parchment. If you give me some time, I'd say I could be done with this in maybe for 4 hours, 5 hours at most.
Oh, lovely! Yes, I love that. Strongest metal you have that you can use in it. Make it gold-plated, little rubies on it maybe. That'd be very cute. Maybe a little cuff for the tail. You
see, he's basically writing down word for word. Gold-plated ? Rubies inlaid. Room for tail. ?
Ruby inlay. Perfect. I don't want my cat to die.
Carlos, even I don't have armor like that.
I guess we know who V's favorite in the party is. It's not you anymore, Corrales.
It's not even Hector anymore. It's that cat.
Oh my god, I just thought about like whenever we see Hector again, V's just toting
an armored cat. An armored displacer.
Look, okay, alright. I want to look more like jewelry than armor, okay? So if you can make it like decorative, kind of just more like a necklace and a breastplate, but something like that. Like what cuffs and a lot of what the best you could do.
Barding on a kitten. Okay.
Drop my phone.
Yeah, that feel right there? Yes.
See Hector again and be like, oh yes, this is my cat.
There's just Mr. Bigglesworth.
Look at our son. His name is Charybdis.
Oh my god, the fucking okay. But like no, I didn't miss you. This is my cat. Shut up.
As soon as you were gone for 3 minutes, I immediately adopted the first thing I could. That came out honest. Hold on. I found this.
That's
Shit,
that's when he goes, "Oh, thank goodness!" And like a falcon lands on his arm.
So many corgis. There's just like 11 corgis, 2 falcons. There's like a horse in the background.
He goes, "I don't feel guilty about this
trying
anymore."
to play it cool that we didn't miss each other, but we have our emotional support animals.
Why does the falcon have a little suit vest and a tie? It's armor.
Oh gosh. Oh, I can't wait to RP this out
Actually,
later.
crap.
Oh man.
I do have one more really trinkety dumb thing I want to get done while we're here.
Sure.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. What else? What do you got?
This is to get all of this done.
No, it's fine. Do it.
Is this guy like also a jeweler, or just for pretend back wherever it works best, right? I would like to get a pair of brooches made out of my golf ball sized black pearl.
Be easy enough to do.
Yeah. So whether it was like the diamond jeweler or if this guy does jeweling as well, I'd like to get the fucking giant black pearl like cut in half and then made into like a pair of like cloak pins or just like a pair of brooches that are like set in, you know, set in gold and like have like a set and then like wings go out that don't quite look like butterfly wings, but like could look like dragonfly wings, but they're mantis wings. And have like wings kind of go out of the black of in gold, and then in silver have like a silver thorny roses, like vines, going into the wing, set with the black pearl.
Easy enough. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, he's gonna have that made out of her giant golf ball sized black pearl.
I'm not even gonna bother making that an expense. You're fine.
Awesome. When you buy so much in a market, when you spend so much gold in a marketplace that they say, you know what?
They just bring you a drink. Here, you're good.
You've already stimulated the economy. You're good. Here.
You have paid enough tribute to the city of Aria. Cool.
If you guys don't mind, I've got one little thing here, and we can wrap up for the night.
Sounds good.
It is all for the moment. All shopping done. All little errand running done.
I'm good.
Yes.
Okay. I will bring you. By the way, I'll just say that through all of that and getting your, you do in fact get your cat barding. It does take a few hours. But it is. Let me. This is my life. This is what I do now.
You're just stew pickles 3 o'clock in the morning making cat armor on the stove. Honey, what are you doing? It's 3 a.m. Why are you up making cat armor? I've lost control of my life, dude.
This is everything. This is everything. I'm gonna send you a picture in the group chat. Just give me a minute.
I have a picture of this.
I don't have it. I'm looking something up that will be comparable. Okay. Luckily, the internet does not disappoint at all. Yeah. So you guys make your way back to the Black Pelican, which was the a bar that was kind of like a dockside bar. And that was where you're going to meet back up with Captain Cassandra. Upon entering, it's a little divey, but not. You've been in worse places. Not,
Bloody Mary.
Yeah, I was going to say it's kind of on par with the Bloody Mary.
Oh, okay.
You don't see Cassandra immediately. So probably best for you guys to maybe grab a table or something. Because you just a precursory glance around, you do not see her.
Yeah, let's get a table. Let's get some food. Get some drinks. We've had a long day. Let's have an ale and some
Fucking bags
wine.
on our arms.
I'm fighting every urge in my body to just like lift up party members and like do tricks because I'm strong now.
I'm not gonna lie, that's gonna be terrifying with a 6-legged displaced beast kitten. A
Who
6-legged
needs
displaced
push-ups
beast kitten.
when you have accessories? Moo.
Corrales. In the back of your head, you hear your your current patron. To your left, about 15, 20 feet at that table playing cards.
I will look to my left.
You see a hooded figure sitting alone at a table, overturning a card, flipping it, playing it down. Might be playing solitaire. Face is obscured.
By the cloak or other means?
The more you try to focus on the face, it looks hazy. As if it's there, but it's non-distinguishable features.
Interesting. I will ask Shroud, what about him?
Something's off. That whoever that is has been paying attention to you from the second we walked in.
Just me or us?
I don't know.
Wonderful. All right, I will, I guess draw attention. I want to be subtle about it with just to us. I don't want to be like, hey, look at him. But I just want to kind of, I guess, nudge Basilis. And just, he's making me feel uneasy.
Is it? I look over. I'll peek over. Is it who I think it is, or does it look like who I think it is?
You don't see anybody.
I don't see anyone there. Could you describe them?
It's like a brown and green hooded figure, indistinguishable facial features.
Now, is it something? Is that familiar?
Yeah.
And only you can see him?
I guess, if you can't.
Well, I guess he's here to talk to you. I'd say take him a drink, but he seems picky. Tell him I said hi, though. And I'll get, like, I would assume that we would have got, like, a round of drinks. So I'll, like, pour the ale into, like, 2 of the mugs. Like basically Corrales' mug in mine, and slide him over to Corrales and just kind of nod
Sure.
for him to go.
Sure.
He's drinking whatever the house red is.
I'm trying to I'm trying to do what I can to support Corrales and not be like, hey everyone, here's there's something here that you're not supposed to know. So I'm just like, yeah, no, go. If you're the only one that can see him, he's clearly here to talk to you. Go do whatever. The gods do weird shit. Like, I don't know what you want.
He just steals his fucking soul the second he sits at the table, this skinwalker freak.
Oh, watch. Yeah, go ahead. Hey. Let him inherit that. Let him take on that level of debt.
You'd be
I've got
absorbing
you there. Oh god. Oh no. No, it's not mine. It's not. Oh no. No, why are they coming?
Too late. No takey backsies.
You'd be absorbing a level of debt that
Welcome.
made even Bernie Sanders say, come on, man, even first, this is kind of your
The
fault.
devils are here. We hear about your soul's extended warranty.
Yeah, what's the worst that can happen? I'll grab the drinks and head over.
That's the energy to have.
He just
He's
walks
still
over
rolling
to it.
I will
diamonds or
touch
something,
Torin.
right?
I will touch Torin and be like, stay here, be cool, but keep an eye on Corrales.
Why? What's happening to Corrales?
I got you.
You see as Corrales walks up to an empty table.
Mm.
You see Corrales as the figure kind of uses their foot to push the chair opposite them at the table out for you.
Since I'm
Thank you.
watching Corrales
And I'll
walk over to
Slide the drink over as I sit down.
Sorry, George was talking. What are you trying?
I said, because I'm watching Corrales walk over to the table just to keep an eye on him. Do I see the chair move?
The chair moves.
Okay. Okay. Just trying to see. All right, that's all I had. That's the only question I have for now.
Sit down.
Yes, I will. I'll say thank you and slide him one of the drinks as I sit down.
The entity just kind of nods, wordless, takes up the cards off of the table, and starts shuffling them in his hand. I've been watching you. Well, all of you, really. You're making good
Why?
progress. Oh, why? Well, I'm interested. Let's say I'm an interested party in the goings-on of your little group. As you sit down and you see as he starts dealing cards, some to you and some to him, the facial features take form, and instead of it being like almost like a hazed over fog, you see draconic like facial features, and you see a copper scaled dragonborn face looking back at you. It's very
Any
important.
recollection? Sorry.
Roll me history.
That's a nat 20 for 26.
26. The facial features match, but only because you rolled so high. A few brief descriptions that Torin had given you about somebody from his past. You can't remember the name, though. I'm very interested in what happens with all of you, and your success is very important. Or your failure could be as equally as important. History takes on many faces: success, failure, prosperity, famine, creation, ruin. And he's important. And you see as he kind of motions towards Torrent. He is very important. Probably more important than he ever will realize.
Or admit.
Very astute. However, and you see as he flips over some of the cards in front of him, you see a couple monstrosities. You see one that is familiar, and you see as the depiction on the card kind of comes alive, and you see movement on the card, and almost a projection, an illusionary projection from that card pops up. You note the undead giants that you saw in Brine when Brine fell. That is what one of the cards looks like. And you see this small little illusionary projection from the card. You see as he overturns another one, and you see skeletal warriors, ones that you saw in the Fall of Brine. You see as he flips another card on his side, and he flips over a entity that you have never seen before. It is a giant of many limbs, hundreds of arms and hands. And you see as he kind of, there's like a hand flourish to you. There are cards in front of you face down.
Oh man, I don't want to touch him, but I do. Yeah, I'll flip a card. What's the
first card? The first card you flip over is a centaur. The likeness is a little familiar. This one adorned in like grease paint across the face on half of the face and on the chest, carrying a spear. Looks like Rilo.
Okay.
The chieftain of the centaur tribe, who the party befriended a long time ago. And you see as an illusionary projection from the card shoots up, and you see this about 4 inches tall off of the table. You see these illusionary projections shoot up off of the cards.
All right, I'm a little more relaxed now. I'll flip another card.
The next card you flip over, you see pirates? Seems to be there's more than one entity on the card. It's a likeness of a ship and maybe half a dozen pirates, all brandishing weapons. You see as the boat and the entities on the card all project the same way, about 4 or 5 inches up off of the table. You kind of stare at it for a second. You think you see a few familiar faces. Is that Captain Cassandra? Is that Whiskey?
All right. Next card.
You see as this one is overturned, and you see a half-elf in plate armor with a bejeweled circlet around his head. And you notice as that card on its own moves forward on the table, and the projection shoots out a little bigger and a little taller than the others. You see as the entity kind of is staring at the table, not looking at you. Bold. Played a little early, perhaps, but bold. I suppose, and he flips over a card. And you see the likeness of a pale, sickish, grayish skinned cyclops with a dark obsidian colored crown on his head, sitting on a throne. And you notice as that card of its own moves forward on the table, and you see the projection of this undead cyclops.
Who's that? I can piece together everyone else, but who's that?
The Mad Tyrant.
Face to a name. So what's the game? How do we play?
The game's already started. And we are playing as we speak. Pieces on the board are moving. Some we can see, and, well, some we can't. Some pieces have yet to chosen a side. And he taps one of your cards on your side, and you see a couple cards flip over on their own. You see the likenesses of certain deities that you're familiar with, such as Aphrodite. You see one of clearly a depiction of Zeus. You also see another one that is portrayed with lightning. This one long-haired, bearded, with a hammer in his hand. That's one you're unfamiliar with. You notice as he taps his side of the table and a couple cards flip over on his side. Yet they remain hidden. The cards flip over and the faces and entities on them, the card is dark. As if looking into darkness.
But I can see in darkness.
You see nothing. As I said, some move on their own. Some have yet to choose a side, and he kind of motions almost as if for the first time you've noticed there is a deck of cards off to the side that have not been drawn from.
Can I draw a card?
Sure.
I'll draw a card.
The first one that you see is a well-physiqued entity in, I'd say, not Centurion, hoplite armor, covered in blood, with a standing over a mound of bodies.
Do I recognize?
Religion check.
$13.
You've not seen this one. This is not one that you've met. You know that much. And he kind of just nods. As I say, some have yet to choose a side. There are many pieces that have yet to choose a side.
Where do you fall?
I'm observing. I'm watching. I can endure under most circumstances. I do not have a direct hand in the game. I simply wish for it to be played. I'm ready for a winner. I'm tired of the never-ending struggle. I'm ready to see a conclusion one way or another.
So, then why not help us and stop observing?
All right, I'll give it to you. Roll persuasion. You're muted, Joe.
I need that 20. Give me that 20, Corrales.
24.
You see as this entity, this copper dragonborn, just looks back at you. There are those who could be of aid to you. There are those who can be of hindrance to you. And there are those who simply wish to just see the outcome. I am interested in your group, not because I wish for you to win. Just simply because much hinges on what you do. This age stands on the edge of a knife. I'm simply curious as to what you're going to do about it.
Well, we're going to stop him.
You think so?
I have to.
Ones very similar to you have tried before and failed. What makes you any different?
I think we can learn from their mistakes. We don't have as much internal strife.
You see as the copper dragonborn, the face changes and it goes back to the hazy, kind of indistinguishable features, and the face comes back. And you see a half-elven woman with long, sleek black hair and piercing blue eyes. This is a face you have seen before. Once at a wedding. The same voice, the same male voice carries over from this face. There have been heroes of every age. They all take on different faces. Your friend that you want to put on a throne is not the first to have failed. Nor will he be the last. And you see as the face shifts and goes back into that transition, back into the Copper Dragonborn. I can give hints. I can subtly help. But I am very much powerless when it comes to direct conflict. It's not exactly my domain.
I mean, we're pretty good at the direct conflict thing.
We shall see. Know this. Many faces and many eyes are watching you. Be prepared for this world to change drastically. Things will get much worse before it gets better. And you see is with like one hand movement, the cards literally collect themselves and shuffle themselves, and he puts them into the pocket of his hooded robe. Enjoy your evening. It's been a pleasant chat. And you see as this entity stands up and walks out the front door.
I will go back over to the table.
Inside the door.
That's better for the door. No.
And with that,
inside the table.
And with that, I was going to end the session.
Perfect. Beautiful.
Okay.
Ah,
Did you bring my mug back? No.
We don't need more gods fucking with us. Help or fuck off.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being very patient with our technical difficulties earlier in the stream. It felt like everything that could have gone wrong did, so we appreciate the patience. We appreciate you all joining in, and we hope you enjoyed it. As always, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, tap the little bell on your YouTube app so you never miss the uploads. Buy our shirts at ProWrestlingTees.com. We are still doing the pink menagerie shirts. Half the profits are going to the American Cancer Society. We'll be donating those up until the end of the year, so please do not miss your chance to get those shirts. It's for a great cause. With that, thank you, and we'll see you guys in the